Hey guys, this is Moses with CBD Seed Labs here in sunny Southern California. Springtime, beautiful weather. It's time to start thinking about planting your seeds. So we wanted to just go over a quick video with what we find to be the best techniques. We also have these techniques in a printable version on our website, cbdseedlabs.com, so you can check it out there too. But here's a quick video on what we find to be the best techniques. There's a lot of techniques, there's a lot of myths about planting seeds and germinating seeds. There's a lot of ways that work. There's some ways that don't work, but this is what we find to work the best. Let's go into some detail, guys. So to pH adjust our water and treat it properly, we're gonna fill up a reservoir, whatever size we need to work with based on how many seeds we're going with. Usually if you're planting on a small scale, less than 100 seeds, 5 gallons is gonna work. You're gonna pH adjust that using a pH down. Comes in a lot of different companies make it. It all does the same thing, but you're gonna pH adjust to about 5.8. That's where your cannabis plants are gonna thrive about the most, 5.8 to 6, right in that range. And then you're gonna add some mycorrhizae, which is basically beneficial bacteria. This is a product we like to use. It's Great White, but again, you can use all sorts of different brands. Your goal is to get the beneficial bacteria into the water. We're going to use some Super Thrive, lots of vitamins and hormones that the seed likes. And we're also going to use some Rhizotonic or Root Accelerator. This one's the one that we use, but there's, again, a lot of different types you can use out there. All of these ingredients you're going to use in a really small ratio, just a little bit for each one in your 5-gallon bucket. You're going to want to fill your pots or your trays with a mostly inert media, cocoa perlite, peat perlite, maybe about an 80% to 20% blend of an inert media with some organic soil. You don't want to use all organic soil, hot soil. You want your seeds to come up in a very light mix, very well aerated, drains well, and does not have a lot of heavy nutrients in it. Now let's talk about pots. You can use trays with cells in them. If you're going on a really large scale, it's probably better to use trays because you can put a lot more seedlings in a smaller environment. We like to use 4-inch pots, and even if you're doing on a really large scale, you can use 4-inch pots. The benefit of a slightly larger pot is that you have a much more lenient watering and transplanting schedule. And that might lead to a lot more success. So you have to water less and you have to transplant within a more lenient time frame. So these 4-inch pots fit in trays of 18 per tray, or you can use something like I said, the trays with the cells. You can even use bigger pots, 6-inch pots, or as much as half-gallon grow bags to get things started, guys. The bigger it is, the more leniency. The smaller it is, the more maintenance. So now, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna soak our seed in the water solution that we made. Just fill up a cup and soak your seeds in there. And you wanna soak them for about half hour. You don't wanna soak them for more than that. It's actually possible to drown the seed. You don't wanna soak them really for less than that though, because that's about how long it takes for the seed shell to absorb the water. So that's our first technique, is soaking our seeds. While the seeds are soaking, generally we go ahead and water down our pots so that our media is nice and moist and our seeds are soaked and ready to go. Favorite part, this is when we go ahead and plant them. Really easy process. We got our pots ready to go. They're moistened, they're wet, we got our seeds soaked. Now we're just gonna dip your finger works great, or you can use a tool if you want. Put a little hole in the center of each pot, just about a 1/2 inch deep. Don't have to go any further. And you can basically gauge that by about the end of your fingernail is where you're gonna put a hole into each pot. Just go through systematically and do all your trays at once, and that just makes your process a little more streamlined and efficient. Once we've got our holes prepared, our pots prepared, and our seeds prepared, we're gonna take the seed. If you can, try and orient your seed. Tip down and eye up. Place it in your hole, gently cover it. All right, guys, so these are some plants that were planted about 3 weeks ago. And as you can see, using these techniques, you get some nice, healthy seedlings. And they all come up, and that's what you want with your seedlings. You want to not only have them germinate well, but then you want to have them in a good environment for them to become healthy seedlings. Final tip I have for planting seeds, guys, and possibly one of the most important tips, is keep your plants protected. So if you're starting seedlings, pretty much anything wants to eat them: birds, rats, mice, bugs. If you keep them in a greenhouse, a screen house, a simple screen tent, or indoors until they get about this size and have nice little woody stems, you're going to have a lot more success, and a lot more of your plants are going to make it through to transplanting stage.